Have you ever thought about making your own podcast, but you didn't know what to do? Anchorage will distribute your podcast for you so it can be heard on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and many more. You can make money from your podcast with no minimum listenership. It's everything you need to make a podcast in one place. Download the free Anchorage app or go to anchorage.fm to get started today. Anchorage. What's up, world? You tuned into another episode of StreetKingz PR. I'm your host. My name is Devin Brown. I go by D Brown. StreetKingz PR. We are industry service providers. We're here to assist independent artists who are looking to properly align themselves in the digital era of music and the way people promote and market their brands. We started StreetKingz basically to be just a tool to assist the artists in getting on the radars of the major brands. As an independent artist, my advice to you is to build a following for your music. You're going to need a fan base. The only way this process, and a major part of this process, is building that organic fan base and your social media presence. And the only way you're going to be able to do that is if you have some type of marketing and promotion campaign for your next project or any project that you put on social media. So I just wanted to do this early morning podcast. Friday morning, I'm going to start dropping most of the longer podcasts on Fridays, So happy Friday to everybody. Hope everybody's staying safe through this global pandemic. And I want to speak on that because, the last couple of months, when I get a chance to step away from my day-to-day, I like to, check in on the independent artists, a lot of the lives and things, I'll catch some of the lives, posts from artists in the market. And so this morning, I just want to speak to the artists out there that are listening, the artists that have been listening and are trying to properly align themselves. So let's get right into it. I want to speak on this process, this digital game. Like I recently had the opportunity to watch the No Limit documentary that they did on BT, or the little chronicles they did, and I thought it was great for this generation of artists to get the opportunity to see Master P's story, and the obstacles that he had to overcome in the music business. When I speak or if I post something on social media, I'm speaking from a music business standpoint. I'm not speaking from people who are who feel like they're rappers and they're in the rap game. And I speak about basically I speak on facts. I'm a numbers guy. Numbers are what matter. If you don't have numbers, you don't have a following, you don't have millions of downloads and streams, you're not building a buzz, you're not selling merch, you're not getting booked for shows, there's no reason for any type of major brand to come or to invest in you. Major labels are not in the business of artist development, and I'm gonna continue to say that because I see so much and I hear so much. So the shit that I speak on, you need to go and fact check it, go research this. So once again, I am speaking to the artists who are trying to properly align in this digital game, which is about ownership. This business, the music business, is about ownership now. These DSPs, the digital streaming platforms that your music is on, Spotify, Napster, Apple Music, Tidal. When you hear artists say, my song is currently streaming on all major streaming platforms, so you're in about 150 stores, and you register your music through a tier 4, what is considered a tier 4 distributor. So I definitely want to speak on that today. to the independent artist, because a lot of the things, a lot of these things you're not supposed to know as an artist, and a lot of artists are not interested in knowing about these things. But in order to be successful, and if you're going to be a successful independent artist in this digital era, you gotta know these things, or somebody on your team is going to have to be educated in music business, how you get paid, how the distributors distribute your money, how the money is broke down amongst the songwriters and the copyright owners and the publishing and different things like that. These are the things that you want to know, these percentages. It's so much bullshit right now, and I've said that before in previous podcasts. Excuse the background noise. Where we located, it's a piping company, so y'all kind of listen through all the madness in the background. So the tier 4 distributors, CD Baby, DistroKid, Ditto, all of these non-traditional distributors, United Masters, a lot of these distributors that you're hearing out here. There's several ways that artists now can distribute their intellectual property, but if you don't own the music, then you're not supposed to be touching the music. And when you guys are signing up with your pro, I'm just saying with BMI, and it's the same way with when you're registering a song with ASCAP. They ask you, is this song an original creation? So people, you need to know these things. Like if the song that you're rapping on or you're singing on has a sample in the melody, whoever created that melody, you need to make sure that you're getting with these beat makers and you're making sure that these samples have been cleared. And I hear a lot of artists that are rapping on songs where they purchased the beat off of YouTube. If you're purchasing beats off of YouTube, or if you're going to YouTube recording on these beats, and then you turn around and put that song out, just know, like, yeah, those are your words, but you won't be paid any revenue for that song, because you don't own that record. You haven't had that record cleared. So as far as the music business, these songs have to be cleared well before you put the song out. You don't put the song out and then get the paperwork done. About 22 things that you're supposed to be doing prior to ever releasing your original content on these digital these platforms. So I see a lot, I hear a lot. I'm speaking the independent artists in our market, and I say it again, like, it's just a music treadmill. Artists are on a music treadmill because the majority are still trying to promote and market their music under the old system. So if you don't put anything on the front end, nothing is coming out of the back end. And I take it as, artists just want they want to work with people who gonna tell them what they want to hear. I'm never gonna just tell you what you want to hear. So the artists that we sit down and talk to, I tell everybody the same thing. Hey, get your paperwork in order. Get your paperwork in order. Then I see things like artists going on Facebook and they shouting out other independent artists who are not properly aligned, saying like, I appreciate them for helping me get my paperwork in order. Well, they fucking paperwork ain't in order, and I'm gonna keep saying it until you get it in order. So to the ones who are properly aligned, and when I say properly aligned, you have a pro, you have your publisher, you have your Google Sound Exchange in order, you have your Nielsen BDS in order, you have a publishing administrator, So if you don't have all those things, and I know a lot of these artists don't have these things because I'm looking on these platforms and I simply can't find you. So when I speak, I'm speaking straight business facts, music facts. This is not something that I'm just making up or just putting out just to put out, or people feel like you stepping on their toes. I've spoken to several of the DJs in the market and the ones on the radio station, all in concession, saying that a lot of the artists don't know how to properly submit their music to the radio stations. If you're sending your songs to the radio station, you got to submit your songs in service packs. You got to go in service packs. You're not submitting your music in service packs, licensed service packs, and you never getting paid. And once again, you're wasting airtime. So get your media-based paperwork in order. Make sure you properly align before you ever put out your content. Make sure you own it before you put it out, before you do anything with that song. The samples, melodies, whatever. Stay away from other people's intellectual property if you haven't had those records cleared. And you're going to spend money for these, depending on the level of that song. You're going to spend money. You're going to spend money out of your pocket to get the licenses that you need in order to operate these songs. It's about monetization. This game is about monetization. This shit is about content. And if you're independent right now, you have more power than you think. You got more power than you think because you know what I mean, you own the masters. The majors want control of those masters. And once you sign that 360 or you sign a record deal to the record deal people, like, it don't work without numbers, bro. It don't work without millions and millions of followers, hundreds of thousands of followers on these on Instagram, on YouTube, social media following. Even Twitter is still big. So I just saw QC. I saw where QC just signed a new female artist, and I went on Spotify. I knew nothing about the artist, but I went to look at her social media following. She got over 283,000, over 250,000 followers on Instagram. These artists are not just being signed because they got lucky. They putting in the hard work. And I checked out this morning. You know, she's gonna be something to deal with. But she got that social media following. So when I say the majors are not in the business of signing artists who don't have anything going on, hey, I'm not just talking out my ass. I'm putting it out there. This is the way the game go. Quit listening to this third-party information from people who are not educated in music business, man. So right now in our market, like Al D300 has one of the best street movements that I've seen in a long time from the independent artist, and I listened to his interviews where he's speaking on, you know, some of the things him and his team did in order to build his fan base. He's building a fan base. He got a nice following. I was just looking at the numbers the other day, and I'll go back to the digital picture now. I don't know what he's doing on the major streaming platforms, you know, but once he harnesses his digital picture and his fan base, then I think he got a great chance. You know what I'm saying? He got a great chance, but you're gonna have to invest in yourself on the front end. If you don't put nothing on the front end in this business, then nothing is coming out on the back end. It don't work that way, like. So, and I've been saying this over and over and over and over again. So, you know, we beat that in the ground. I beat that in the ground since 2009. Get your paperwork ready. And now the music business is pretty much over with for artists who are trying to get into the music business. If you don't have no content, if you don't have no catalog, you're not selling merch, you really don't have nothing going on, that is going to have the major brands run into you, vice you run into them with nothing to fight with. You have no leverage simply because you feel like you can rap good. That shit don't mean nothing. You're looking like the rappers, you sound like the rappers, but you got nothing behind you. And this is your brand. When you put shit out on social media, ain't no do-over sometimes. You just get on there and say anything, you killing your brand sometimes. So you got to look at the type of image that you want to bring out. Ain't no do-overs. Like, ain't no do-overs. You know, the message in your music is your message in your music. Then what is your story? Do you have a story? Is there anything compelling about your story to make people want to interact with you in your music? Like, what are you going to do to keep their fan base? What you going to do? You got to feed your fish, man. A lot of y'all don't have shit to feed the fish. But if you want to be in this business and you want to try to survive what's going on and what's about to happen, you got to be prepared. And it's about content, folks. It's about content. It ain't about no one song. It's about a content. It's about content. It's about ownership. It's about monetization. Own, operate, monetize. Own, operate, monetize everything that you put on social media. And any content that you drop, any video that you drop, if there's no advertisement dollars behind it, ain't shit gonna happen, bro. Facebook is not gonna allow it. And I keep saying that, and I'll continue to say that. Each one of these platforms got their own algorithm. So all of the days of buying fake views and, running those numbers up, that shit is over with. The system isn't gonna go and take those numbers away. So if you sign to these tier 4 distributors, to get back to that, you're not going to attain millions and millions of streams, because you're on these lower tier distributors, and they are not set up to handle those type of streams for unsigned artists. So Ditto and Spotify, these major distributors, are gonna come and take your content down if you're not able to prove how you attain these numbers. If you don't have the numbers, then it don't matter. Everything is just, all the other shit is bullshit to me. When I see this and see that and hear the announcements, that shit don't matter. Like, I just look at it as people live in their own reality, and run into the majors with nothing to fight with, no leverage, no numbers, and going on Say Cheese and Real Life Street Stars and World Star is not gonna get it for this unsigned hype, because you don't have nothing else behind it. It's great to go on these platforms, and you need to put those on your bucket list, but a lot of y'all going on these platforms when you simply not musically ready to be on those platforms. So, and I don't get that at all. I don't get that. You purchasing ads for these platforms, and you're not getting the numbers. You're not gonna get those numbers. So you investing in something that's not gonna bring nothing back to you. And that's how I know when the artists don't know, pretty much understand how this shit work. So there's no knock to you. I'm just telling you, this is how you're gonna have to do it. This is the route you're gonna have to go. Put the hard work in, and to build that catalog. It ain't no easy route to the top. It ain't, and you can't cheap your way through the top. Artists tag me and all kind of things, and like free shit, looking for the free shit that's available. When they saying no upfront fees and different things like this, you better dig deep, because ain't shit free in this business. I'm gonna say that once again. Even the things that I'm telling you right now, people gonna charge you to even tell you this shit. So I give you guys bits and pieces of this blueprint, man. People ain't gonna give you shit in this game. Push-ups, sit-ups, jumping jacks, and squats. About the only thing that you're gonna get free in this fucking business, man. But it's like artists feel like they entitled, or you gotta tell them you not helping them, or you hurting them. Nah, nobody gonna give you shit for free. Ain't nobody working for you for free in this business. I talked to a guy yesterday. He emailed me back, asked me like, what do we charge? So I gave him some weekly rates, and he telling me that $75 a week is a lot of money to be spending for marketing and promo. Bro, you can't afford to be in this business. The majority cannot afford to be in the business, because if you go and invest in $1,000 in a World Star ad, you go and putting $850 up for a World Star ad, but you don't have $850 in advertisement dollars, that shit is ass backwards, and it ain't shit gonna happen, bro. Even if you do 1 million streams on World Star getting those numbers, you got the exposure. So I hope you guys are learning the business and how this works. I tell every artist I sit down with, and I tell them right there, you want to be famous, go sign a record deal. You want to be wealthy, and you want to make money off of your music, where you're going to see a large portion of your royalties on the front end and on the back end, then you better stay independent. You better get your credit straight, so you can walk into a bank and get you a loan, a bank loan. I'd rather see you do that than to go and tie yourself into a long record deal, or a long any type of deal. You know what I'm saying? You have the power as an independent artist. You can distribute your music now, but I'm just telling you, like, in order to make the type of living that a lot of artists want to make in this game, you got to get away from these tier 4 distributors. You got to get to an exclusive distribution deal. You know what I'm saying? To one of these major distributors who are going to allow you to attain the type of streams that you're going to need to be successful. So The smaller tiers are not going to allow it. So I was talking to artists over the last, couple of years, and that now I understand why I had to sit back and think about it. Okay, the things that I'm talking about, they have no idea about because they're not attaining no millions of streams. It's only one group right now in the market, and they're in the gospel. Their genre is gospel music, but they got millions and millions of streams on all major streaming platforms. Now, going viral on YouTube, okay, that does not mean that you made it. When you go viral, that means that you did 1 million streams. 1 million streams don't mean you're rich. What, it's about $2,000 after taxes, and YouTube take their percentage. You're looking at what, about $1,200? You know what I'm saying? So you got to go viral millions of times over to understand this, the business side of it. So stay away from these YouTube beats. If you don't own it, it's not fucking yours, bro. I don't know how many times or how many ways I gotta say that. What is your story? Where is your bio? Or is your music everywhere and easy to find? If your music is not everywhere and easy to find, you got major problems right now, because the fans, people don't know where to find. If they can't find you, then the majors can't find you. A lot of you guys, your picture just don't look right. Your Spotify, your bios, I don't know where to find you. You're not harnessing your fan base. You need to follow them. You got to get 1,000 subscribers on YouTube, and you got to get the 4,000 hours of watch time, or it don't matter. You just posting on social media all day. And if you're posting directly on Facebook, the good thing for a lot of y'all is nobody seeing that shit. A lot of the brand killers and the shit that I'm seeing, people killing their own brands, nobody's seeing that shit. There's nothing behind it. Nobody's seeing it. So you got 5,000 friends, only less than a third of the people that on your friends list are seeing your content, because you're not properly aligned. And like I said, you don't have no advertisement dollars behind it. This shit is about advertisement. I see artists going live talking about people thought we were gonna pay them for marketing promo for the rest of our life. You are gonna fucking pay somebody to promote, a promotion and marketing team to promote and market you correctly in this game. So you got the artists out here, like, do it on your own. Can you do it on your own? After I sat down with you and you making those kind of statements to me, we cutting ties. I cut ties with a lot of artists that I had to continue to repeat myself. The only thing I care about is what is your budget, what's your project, and what you want to get done. And we're going to let you know what services we offer and how long it's going to take for us to get it done. This shit is about consistency. If you're not doing it every month, you don't have a consistent monthly budget, you're not in the music business. The end. All this stopping and starting, and it's the comeback. And if you're not coming back with a fucking budget, it don't fucking matter. You can post whatever you want to post on Facebook because that shit is free. That shit don't mean shit. Likes don't mean shit to me. You know what I'm saying? This shit is bigger than one song. This shit is about monetization. And if you ain't buying into that, I don't give a damn how good somebody constantly, your cheerleaders are telling you that you the GOAT and you this. If you don't have no numbers and no leverage to stand on, the shit simply don't mean nothing. But in today's era, the power right now, the independent artist got the power. But people simply not buying into it. So until you buy into the process, then we're going to continue to see the things that we seen in the 903. We've been had talent. Like I said again, LD300 has one of the best street campaigns I've seen in a while. And the guys who asking me about CDs, because I mentioned in a podcast, and I'm posted on Facebook like 2 years ago, like physical CDs are a thing of the past. Like when I see people say they putting out CDs and they pressing those CDs, hey, if that's how you're gonna do your marketing, that's great. I'm just telling you that in the digital system, physical CD sales, that's the dinosaur age. The early 2000s, whatever. People in the 2000s, like, yeah, CDs were booming. Unless you're living in Asia, in Japan somewhere, where CDs are still booming in that market. I don't want to talk about no CDs, because what does it have to do with the digital side? It's physical CD sales. We're in a digital era. We're in our own demand society. You know what I'm saying? Where the fan don't give a damn what label you sign to, anything. They just know they got your music right at their fingertips. If they hear about you, they can put your music in a search engine and pull up everything about you. And the majority of the artists, I can't do that. I can't find. I don't know what your story is. Where's your bio? I've been saying that. Where's your artist bio? And you've been doing music for years. The shit just ain't adding up. Your digital picture is not right. That's what we mean when we saying that your paperwork not right. Like your entire digital picture is not right. I had the opportunity a couple nights ago to speak with Cam Nowhere, and he's calling and you know he's pissed about things that we had nothing to do with. You know, and I listen to artists. I'm gonna listen to you to a certain extent because all the personal things I empathize with. But if it has nothing to do with the music business, I don't give a damn about that. I empathize with everything that people going through because we all going through something. But you gotta quit killing your brand, man. Your personal shit and your personal, you know what I'm saying? It's your page. You can post what you want to post. But if you're really trying to be a serious artist, then you're gonna have to have a team behind you to make posts and different things like that. These major artists got publicists and shit that spin shit, and because they know certain things can kill your brand. A lot of independent artists don't know that. They just imitating and following, you know, what they see on television. So to the independent artists out there, you gotta watch what you post on social media. We are in a digital age. We're in a digital era. The great thing, like I said, the majority of you don't have realistic budgets behind your content, so nobody's seeing that. Nobody's seeing the shit that you posting, man. When you post it directly on Facebook, because nothing is coming back to you. Nobody getting paid. Nobody's getting rich but Zuckerberg. So my advice, simply is my advice to you. It's your career. You do it how you want to do it. Everybody got to go on their own journeys. It ain't no hate, but I just see what the independent artists are posting about people not supporting them. Who gives a fuck? Who gives a damn about who's supporting you? When you got an advertisement budget, you ain't got to worry about that because the masses gonna see your shit. The masses are gonna decide if you hot or not, or if you're saying you're the GOAT, if you're the GOAT or not. But I'll say this again: Cam Nowhere is one of the most talented artists out of the 903 that I've seen in a long time. But talent, just being talent, simply you got a talent don't mean it's you got to have something behind it. You got to have that advertisement budget. You got to have that following. It's about your social media presence and building that fan base. But it seemed like the majority of the independent artists that I ran across don't want to put in the hard work it's gonna take in order to make it in this digital system. Like, so I can't speak on no brand, no label, and what they doing. I just know this process and how it works. So when you call me, asking me how they do this, how other people doing that, I don't know. I don't know what people speaking on. I don't know what process they taking. I just know that that shit don't work in this digital game. The old system is over with. You don't have no content, you're in trouble. The music business over with for the independent artists who are striving to get in the game, because there ain't no more shows right now. Ain't no shows, ain't no performance. So they're killing that performance royalty besides the streaming. But the streaming platform is not paying you no money. You're making a third less. Then you don't have a following and you don't have a budget. So how that's gonna work? I don't know. There's billions of artists in this game. So people that live in their own reality, I can't do nothing about that no more. But I'm not gonna repeat this anymore about what you need to be doing, because artists are tagging me in shit that just simply don't matter. Did I hear this? No, I keep hearing new music on the way, but I'm wondering what the hell happened to the last fucking song you put out. You got new music on the way, and then to the artists that got these albums out, that's great. But when we go through the catalog to listen to the albums and the EPs they putting out, they got beats from YouTube, shit that they don't own, and that shit ain't going nowhere. That shit is not going nowhere. Like, as far as the music side, build a quality catalog that you own. You know, just putting out project after project after project and nothing is happening, your numbers not changing, it means nothing. You're not going on tour. You ain't going on no tour. You're not getting booked for no shows. We're in a global pandemic right now. That shit is over with, man. And you see people scheduling shit, but they study canceling shit because these coronavirus numbers are constantly rising. So I don't know what the hell. When I see that, I'm like, what? And then you hear the major artists like Boosie's and these different artists that's, you know, really getting money on these streaming platforms and on these social media platforms, and they telling you like how it go. You got to have multiple streams of income, especially right now. A lot of artists falling off. A lot of these artists gonna be released from these labels. And I'm saying the next 48 months, you know, you need to keep putting out this content. This is a great time to produce content, man, and put out songs like during this pandemic. So that's the way the shit work, man. Video shoots and photo shoots and shit. You're an independent artist. You investing money in shit that right now, like, you need to be investing in studio time and investing in quality videos and having a storyline in your videos. These still shot videos, man. Still shot videos. You gotta take your fan base. You gotta take these people on a journey. Like, and don't get me wrong, I understand like the music, we're in a dumbed down era. They've dumbed down the music. You know what I'm saying? So I understand a lot of these artists have to fit the system, but bro, if you don't have no money behind the content, it don't matter. So you gotta get some marketing campaigns. You gotta get a business plan. And by the time you come to us, your media base and all that shit is supposed to already be taken care of. We're the tool to assist you in getting on the brand. So we're gonna help you get your music on the platforms where it need to be. This music industry is bigger than just YouTube and posting on Facebook and posting SoundCloud links. That shit don't mean nothing. And then I see these independent artists are posting shit like you looking to sign two artists. You looking to sign artists and get into artist development, man. You don't have no fucking money to promote you. How you gonna promote and market somebody else? This shit don't make no sense. The shit don't make no sense to me. Like, I respect the DJs, but in this era, I really don't need a DJ unless you know, I know he got a budget to push my records. It's like this is a new era. It ain't the era back in the Master P where DJs and people were trying to break records. Like, you got DJs just putting out their EPs and shit. They putting out EPs and mixtapes and shit that don't matter. That ain't nobody gonna eat but them. You know, stop sending your fucking music to everybody that tell you to post your links and send your music here and there. You don't know these fucking people. And then when your music is properly licensed and you properly aligned, you can send your music wherever you want to send it. But it's people that's actually getting paid off of your shit right now, and you ain't even got paid off of it. Get paid off of you first. It kind of defeats the purpose. The major labels are in the business of owning shit. So when they sign you, they own your masters. You don't own your fucking masters. Very rare these artists, like, I go back to Megan Thee Stallion again. 60-40 deal. They say she had 50-50 split on the back end from the publisher. It's like, great deal to me. I don't know the ins and outs of the contract, but 60-40, unknown artists. This label got to put their money up behind you. That's the way that shit work. The label put the money behind you to get you on the platforms that you need to be on in front of the masses. You understand what I'm saying? So the masses can say if you hot, if you gonna stick or not. So they put this big budget up behind you and then you flop. Most times these days they not coming back putting a bunch of money up front for these unknown artists. You know what I'm saying? Labels are partnering with artists that are already doing it on their own. So you gotta buy into that. Until you can buy into that, then ain't shit gonna happen, man. And I said that time and time again. So this is the way the game works. You don't want to buy into that. You know, a lot of y'all, it's too late. A lot of y'all done missed that train. Most of the artists that I talked to before, the ones that just wanted to be famous, hey, they all work 9 to 5s. You know what I'm saying? And then when they do come out with music, they still coming out with the same sound, the same shit they was doing 5-10 years ago, and they just don't know, like, the game, the business has left you behind. Digital era, man. That's fine if you're using, like I said, if you out here, you promoting yourself with CDs, and it's artists that can do that. LD300, I listened to his interviews, and he's saying like how what they done. I seen him put out different projects and things like that. That's great to build his buzz in the streets, but you still got to go and capture that digital, get that digital picture right. It's about the streams and downloads. You can build a buzz all day in the streets, but most of the majors want to know, what are you doing on the digital side? And not saying that like the majors see something in you. Yeah, the artists that could get signed is 360 though. You still signing a 360 where a third party now has control over what you do. You're not gonna just be releasing music when you get ready, especially on these major labels. You know what I'm saying? On the major labels, you might be on a label and you ready to drop your album right now, but they got this other artist that has a bigger buzz, and the label might want to, push that artist right now. And then you frustrated, and then you hear these artists saying like the label's fucking over them, and they can't put out their music, and they can't do this. You want to be able to have leverage, man. And that attitude is not gonna happen to me. It's not gonna happen to us. Yeah, the fuck it is, because these artists don't read, or they can't read. Because this shit right here this shit ain't hard. It ain't hard. You just gotta have a game plan. And if you don't have no game plan, then this shit ain't gonna work. And it's not working. I don't get caught up in what people are saying. I get caught up in the facts. And the facts are right now that the majority don't understand the process. They do not understand the process. But everybody got to go on their journey. But that journey gonna get expensive, and it done got real expensive for a lot of people. And it's like you put all this stuff out, you constantly making these announcements, and this is about to happen, and this is about to happen. Then nothing happens. Then it's like you killing your word means shit. Quit trying to be famous, man. Quit trying to be famous and get paid. You understand what I'm saying? Quit running to the majors. Quit running to people who don't want you. You ain't got shit to offer them. But I can rap good. I'm the best. I'm the GOAT. Where your hit record at? Where's your buzz? Where's your following? Like I said, QC signed a new female artist. She got over 250,000 Instagram followers, 283,000. But I went and looked on social media, and her numbers reflecting that. That's what the brands are looking for. Who's the next hottest artist? By what the masses are saying. Can you build a buzz? Are you selling merch? Are you interacting? Are you engaging your fan base? Until you do that, this shit is not gonna work. All the other shit, iTunes charts and all that shit don't matter. If you're not talking about the billboards, the shit really don't matter. I'm talking about the business, as far as the music business. Not talking about this local shit. The end. Ain't no going back and forth no more. I'm not saying if I put it out, I'm gonna put it out on the podcast. I'm not repeating shit to nobody over and over that don't know the music business. You got a budget or you don't. And then you can just go back to posting videos and posting this and posting things that don't matter every day. The end. The end. This shit work one way. This shit work one way, man. So, ain't no going back and forth. I just said it. You gotta sign with a pro. You gotta be signed with Google Sound Exchange. Your Nielsen BDS has to be right. You're gonna get a publishing administrator. You know what I'm saying? Who cares if you self-publish? But then you get all your paperwork and all that stuff, and then you gotta go back and put all your songs in each platform. You signing up with the platform don't mean shit if your music not in the platform. And every single gotta be on these platforms that I mentioned. So you are gonna have some people that are educated in the media-based paperwork. You are gonna get people who are educated in the music business and what it takes for this shit to move. But I'm telling you that shit. I don't give a damn where you go get your shit done. I don't give a damn if Nancy Reagan or you went to the moon to get your paperwork done. Your shit got to be done right. Quit trying to tell me about who did this and who told you what, because I don't give a damn. I don't give a damn about that, man. I ain't going back and forth with ignorance, because nobody's proved me wrong yet. Because that's what I take it as. If I sat down and talked to you and told you this game worked one way, and then I see what you're doing on social media, shit that don't matter, I can't see it now because I deleted it, because I feel like certain individuals want to prove you wrong. They gonna prove to you that, yeah, I'm gonna get a record deal, I'm gonna get a major distribution deal. But let's go back to what I said before. Camp Nowhere went to a Def Jam. He went live and they took us on their journey. Camp Nowhere went into a Def Jam office. He's the GOAT. They calling him a GOAT in East Texas. And he's very talented. But Def Jam let a GOAT walk out their office because it's millions of him. There's millions of people trying to get into this business. What are you doing different than the next guy to make people want to listen to you? What's your story? What you got that the next rapper don't have? Besides, you can rap good. Besides, you dressed up looking like a rapper with chains and gold teeth. Shit don't work that way, brother. Now, the people say this a hobby. I'm not talking to you once again. Everybody, it's a hobby. When it's time to invest in yourself, you're a marketer and a promoter. Go ahead and do it. I don't see it. I see the music treadmill. I see artists 99% on the music treadmill. 99% operating under an old system that don't work. So I don't want to hear no announcements. I want you posting some results, the shit that matters, not the tier 4 distributor that sent you $130. I ain't talking about that shit. I ain't talking about no fractions and no pennies. I'm talking about all the other shit I just talked about. The notice of intent, the NOI letter. Show me some, post some shit like that where your song's getting placed in commercials, TV and film. Send me some notice of intent letters that you supposed to be receiving. If you're on streaming platforms, you're doing all this shit and you got it, you're doing it right. Where are your NOI letters? Where are your notice of intent letters? Where those letters at? That's the shit I was talking about. That's the shit that I'm on. So when I post something on Facebook, just for clarity, I'm speaking on facts. I'm speaking on numbers. All the other shit don't matter to me. What somebody said, what somebody said they going, what somebody told them, who they meeting with, this and that, these major labels and shit like that, man. I know how this shit work. So if you got another process that work and you meeting with people and talking to people and networking, this shit costs money at the end of the day. Damn some networking if it ain't no network. You know what I'm saying? You ain't making no money. Damn a picture with a celebrity, that shit means nothing. You can't clout chase your way to the top, bro. You can't cheap your way to the top. You ain't got no budget. You got to get that shit in order, bro. The end. I don't give a damn what you're getting on that. You the goal, you this, and you better than this person. Hey, it don't fucking matter if them numbers not reflecting that. Who gives a damn? The shit don't matter. You talking into the wind. So if that's a diss, then hey, take it as a diss. This ain't no diss. These are fucking facts. So let's just recap. Media-based paperwork is required to get paid. This shit is about ownership. It's about owning, operating, and monetizing. The end. Do you have content? If you don't, that you own, then it's over with. It's not. You're not gonna get this shit straight once you get on or once you get discovered mysteriously out of the millions and billions of people that's trying to get into this same industry that's really right now over with, as we knew it. The majors are over with. You independent. So for the next 48 months, next 2 years, as an independent artist, I will be putting out content that I own and monetizing everything that I put out. You know what I'm saying? I will get that shit in order because those are only artists that's gonna survive. All this other talking and all these freestyles and challenges and all that shit means nothing, bro. That shit means nothing. This shit is about the artists you see trending and everybody on social media just trying to stay relevant, bro. People are willing to do anything for a like. They just want to go viral because that's all they hear everybody else saying. They don't know what this shit pay. They don't know these different platforms got different payouts, you know. YouTube ain't paying shit. It's overcrowded. It's oversaturated, folks. You got to have millions and millions and millions of monthly streams in order to see big paydays. So what's all the fucking talking about when the numbers don't match? This ain't no hate. This facts. These are facts. And I'm speaking because the artists call us. They inbox us. They emailing us with these questions. What's the best distributor? What's the best this? What's the best that? What is your bet? What's your budget? And then people coming to us asking us like, When I ask you what's your budget for your music, you asking me what should you spend for your music. I don't know what are you trying to get done. We don't know. We should. I don't know what vision you have for your company, man. It don't work that way. So, peace and blessings to everybody else, to everybody, man. Everybody else that's out here trying to get their business in line. That's gonna get their business in line. Like I said, to the ones that listen, got your paperwork done, and you've been building your content, you've been building your following. Hey, kudos to you. Keep putting your budgets out there. Keep promoting and marketing yourself. Keep promoting and marketing yourself. And great things gonna happen for you. I guarantee you, in this digital thing, you consistently continue to put out good content, quality content, and register your shit up right, then you're gonna start to reap the benefits of it on the front end and on the back end as your presence grow. But all this other shit, this I'm gonna sell 1 million records out of the trunk of my car. I want to see you do that shit in 2020, brother, because that shit is over with. This shit is about digital downloads, digital streams, your social media presence. I'm gonna say that again. Where are the bios at? Where are the artists' bios? The small shit that matter. Artists are worried about shit that they don't have to worry about right now. You don't have to worry about this shit. Most of the shit that you see online is pertaining to the major artists that's already established. This shit ain't affecting you. This pandemic ain't really affecting you because you wasn't getting no shows before the pandemic. You wasn't getting booked for no shows. You wasn't selling no merch. Nobody knew you within a 50-mile radius of your hometown. So what's going on, man? I don't get it. So all the talk, that's over with. All the back and forth with these famous people, that shit is over with. Show us that it work another way, cause I done heard it all. Cam Nowhere was the writing on the wall. Should have been the sound of the alarms for a lot of artists that can't hold a candle to this man. I'm talking about like songs and the type songs that he putting out. Come on, bro. Not the dumbed down shit that you hear. A lot of y'all not on the level of some of these artists lyrically. That dumbed down shit. And these are facts. Like, the music game is dumbed down. The music don't match the times. Like, that's what's crazy about this generation to me. Like, to the shit that's going on right now, the music does not match the times. The music don't match what's going on. You got artists that done put out little songs and things like that about, you know, some of the social injustices and going on, but man, what's going on, man? What's going on? But like I said, man, shout out to the artists that I see. You know, it's a couple of artists in the market like I've been following for a long time, and I hate to see you on the music treadmill. A lot of them burn bridges that they ain't gonna be able to repair, and they gonna go on their journey. And I see it every day, over and over and over, the same thing for 10 years. Nobody in the market. Besides just a few names that you hear. Where the numbers matter, you know what I'm saying? The digital, I'm talking about those numbers. So anything outside of that, hey, that has nothing to do with me, because that shit don't work. Guerrilla marketing and all that shit, how you hide in the streets, it's a global pandemic going on, so you're not in the streets right now. Nobody want you in their fucking face right now talking about no song. So you need to be creating, man, original content. Staying away from these fucking samples. You're gonna get sued. You ain't got no money. You're gonna get fucking sued. I didn't know. I ain't gonna fix it. So get the business in line. Get your business in line. Get your business in line. Peace and blessings.